Yeah, hey, just want to begin by thanking you for purchasing one of my Super Cub kits, and I'm going to show you what I think is the easiest way of doing it. I don't know if you can tell, but we're dealing with some pieces that are kind of warped, and I don't know if that's what's happening coming out of the packages or not, but it's thin plywood, and it's kind of out of my control if it's going to warp and twist. But anyhow, we're going to start with parts 1, A and B, parts 2, and you can just set that on and maybe just put it into those notches right there. Okay, same thing here. We're going to take our next part, and I don't know the name of these parts all together, or perfect, so I don't know that I'm going to be using all the part numbers for sure. So these will just all kind of go into place. Turn it over, and at this point we could tie it together with one of these, which is your T1, 2, and 3. And that is going to go in the third hole, and will not be needed if you're going to go with the wheels. But we're going to go through the whole thing, wheels and floats on this. I want to say this is part number 5, and it's just an alignment deal. I'm going to get one side aligned, I'm going to pinch it over and set it in there. That takes us to our propeller assembly, and I don't know if you can see exactly how that all goes together, but we got P1, 2, 3. I think the propeller itself is P4, P5, P6, and it would go in an order like that. Your propeller, nut and bolt on each end. This one is a little bit of a booger to put in, so you want to slip it right into that front notch and leave it straight up on the front. Okay, this next part is the hard part to get in, and sometimes easily done with a rubber band, which I don't see here handy. I could probably find one. So anyhow, we're going to pinch that. We're going to use that propeller to pull it out so it goes on and clamps. And at this point, if you had a rubber band, you could put a rubber band around this and it would hold it all, and it wouldn't come apart. We're going to take our wing. I like to have the etching down, and it sets on. Okay, you gotta align it. Sets on and just slips back. There, it's hitting right there. You gotta align that. But it slips back, and there's little locking deals right there. Keep it from pulling out. I'm gonna put this job in on the end of the wing. Put it in on this side. And if I flip it over, that one's going to fall out. This one does not have the alignment dots on it, but the dots are going to be towards the front, and you set her in there. We should have had that. Now your T2 goes in the middle slot, okay, and if these are tight, you got to sand them a little bit, but it's just takes a little bit of alignment. Try not to get frustrated at that point, because these little tab deals will break. and our propeller fell off because we didn't have a rubber band on there. And I'm not gluing it right now because it's just time consuming, and once you do that you should really let it set and dry at times, but I'm not doing that. Looking for this last T1 part, and okay, you might have to wiggle the part number 1 to get that to slip in, but it'll slip right in there. Okay, we're out here on the struts again. That piece is going to go in. Here's our actual strut itself. It is reversible. Okay, these two pieces connect in there, and this is gonna, I can actually bend the fuselage to set it into the groove there. Actually, that's not it. Right there it is. And that one snaps right in too. Another way of doing that is, if this was out, okay, we can put this in here, bend that over. Come on here. That snaps in, and then where is it? Right here. This guy, remember, and there's going to be alignment dots. Align your dot with their dot, and just bend it over and snap it in. What did that give us? We're looking pretty good. This guy came out. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put a little shim in there. Show you how to make a shim real fast. This is going to go in. And everything has to line up. And it goes together like that. A rubber band, or now, I think if we took a shim, and how you make a shim is just grab your scrap piece, break a little chunk off, okay, and twist it. Oh, there it fell apart. Doggone it. Should have had our shim on. And we're gonna bring that up. Like I said, this is the worst part of the whole kit. We got our shims made. Okay, hopefully we got glue in there. And just get a little sliver and slide it right in on those little pincher deals. I guess they'd be a receiving notch on your direction. That'll go in there, and that really should hold it together. If you wanted to put one over on this side just for safety, that would be good. Okay, so those are in there. That shouldn't come apart. We got all our T parts together. We're going to go to our landing gear. Alright, I want to say this is L5 in the book. Putting your wheels together, L1, 2, 3, and then there's 3 of those. They go on here, 2, and then we're going to have our bush wheel on here. It'll be the only one that doesn't spin. And it's going to go in there. And with a drop of glue right there, or maybe right there, would be a good idea. Okay, that would hold those together and still keep those wheels spinning. Got another one right over here. and I'm going to put it together. Alright. Stick that right in that receiving hole. This is like part number 7, part number 8. It's going to go in and it's going to lock everything together right there. Okay, that holds it in so it's not going to come out. Find these little guys, landing gear parts, and I don't know if you can see, but that's going to go in over here, and this notch and this notch. If you're going to keep this together, right there is where you want your glue connection. Okay, same thing on this side. We're going to pop it out over here, and I don't know if any of you guys are Cub drivers, but it's a got to have good connection right there. Bouncing around in the tundra. Alright, so we got that done, and I think it's a matter of just putting in the windshield, and we got some landing gear. Where is that? I don't see the landing gear right now. Here it is. Okay. Oh, that fell off because we didn't have any glue in it. Doggone it. It's going to go in there, and then our landing gear slips into this receiver over here. And then we've got our landing gear put together. The skis, it's like S1 and S2. Okay, we're going to hook that into the front, slide it over. Okay, these will go on the inside. A little dab of glue right there if you want a, a permanent connection. And that one's on. So that's pretty much where we're at. If you got glue on it and you're going to hang it, you might want to take a look at where we're at with our vertical. I like to see those skis up just a little bit in flight. So when you set it down, you might put a little something underneath there. Even if it's a pencil or whatever, and turn those toes up. You might have to lift the tail. All right, roll of tape, and that'll get those toes up for a better looking flight. That's only if you're gluing it, okay? But that's where we're at with that. We're going to disassemble and go into the float part of it. Take the weight of the thing apart here. And I've got an assembled float. Everything's got to come apart. I don't know when we forgot to put that in, but that needs to go in there. We're going to flip it upside down again. Alright. I'm going to set this to the side. I've got a little bit of a start on this. Okay, so we got part F1 stabs into part F2. This piece is I want to say like F5, and it goes in the lower hole because it's the longer part of the back end, because we know we got the rudder is going to hook back here. So we got the longer piece that's put on there, and it does have a little bit of glue in it. You can do it with shims or without shims, just putting these things together. So if we were to bring that piece in next, come on, oh, this one goes in the top roll, and there's just a lot of different ways you can put these things together, but you want to just hang on to that, and we got one notch over here and 2 marks to align it, and that's going to set right in there. That's going to set in, and we're looking good. This piece is going to be our connecting point, and without glue, you're going to want something to hold that together. Okay, seeing how it's warped, there's definitely going to be some issues if you don't do something. So we're going to grab a little piece of tape, and we're going to tape this together. Alright, put a little bit of glue right in there, and it would be a done deal. Or a drop of glue right there and there when the thing's finished. A lot of these kits I'm just using super glue. And if you're gonna be, I make a lot of puzzles too, and if you're gonna be taking them apart, putting them back together, you certainly don't want glue. But these planes, a drop of glue is a good idea. Holds them together, you hang them up, and don't fall apart. So we pretty much got our float assembled. We're going to add these connecting pieces, and same thing, you just got to align it, and with a little bit of force, you can see it's a thin piece, it will break, but everything aligns up, sits right in there. I believe the easiest way is to keep building these floats, and the short end is going to go towards the front, and the tall is on the back. The back goes in all the way, then you push it forward. We're going to come over here, and you would hook these pieces together, something like that. Oh, that one came out. That's gonna go in there. That's in there. They're all hooked together. I think the best thing to do right here is to get yourself another piece of tape, and we're gonna pop that down. I'm going to hold her tight. Right there. You bring your cub over, and you really should put your air filter back in there. Nobody wants you driving around without an air filter. Alright, so there's where we're at there. This part's going to come in. I don't know how well you can see this, but we're just going to hook these on. Okay. I'm pinching it with the one finger on that side. And whether you got to raise it or lower it, I got one that's being a little finicky over here. You know if it's going to be a and that's it right there. You can press it together a little bit, drop of glue, and that would be a going rig. I'm going to set the windshield in. Okay, something like that. Drop of glue. You should be good there. We got some guns. I don't know where the guns are. Can put some guns up on the front. And we've got some caribou antlers. Okay. These guys hook together like that. And they will hook on here. And on that strut. And you take and pull the tape, and you should have a done deal. Alright, well, I want you to check out my Facebook page at Silvertip Signs and Trophies. Find more kits. Thanks, bye.